Yo, what's going on? Mutts Unedtied. We're back in the building again, down at Blaine's Barbershop. You know where we at every time. This time round, I can't lie, it's a bit different. Just a little bit different this one. Listen, we said we're going to try something different last week. If you locked in, if you didn't, go back and watch that one and the one before that because we've been busy. But yeah, I said to you lot I was going to bring you something a little bit different, yeah, because we've had the pro boxers on, yeah. We've done a lot of boxing recently because of what's been going on in the whole fighting scene. So we've had a few pro boxers on and that. We've had like a range of people, and our lineup is very different as well. We've got some musicians coming on, some artists and whatever like. But this one here, I've been waiting for time, and obviously I've been saying to these lot we've got something different. So here we go. Man like Lee, also known as AKA the Average Anglers. And if you don't know what that is, he's about to tell you. But before that, my bro, what's going on?
Not much, G.
Yeah?
Come in, innit? Need my hair cut. Been a couple of weeks.
Come on.
Just planned to go to Thailand next month, so definitely need to sort myself out.
Before anything, let's just explain to these, because they're probably like, what the
Yeah,
like,
man.
So he's not linked to any boxing. He's not linked to any music.
No heavyweight.
What are you linked to?
Fishing.
Fishing.
So,
yeah. They're probably thinking, what the Mutts, what are you doing? Like, listen, just wait, relax. The guy's got over 100k followers, so just chill.
More than that.
Yeah, that's just Instagram.
That's only on Instagram. But
Strange, man.
So what are you, bro? Are you a fisherman? Are you what's the average anglers?
Mate, it says itself. Like literally, I'm from the Isle of Man. Started there. It's a place like built on Viking mythology. When you watch like Vikings on TV, it was like that.
What's it named?
There's castles. There's like, it has the fastest road race in the world, which is reeled on like normal roads for
Is it
bikes.
actually an island by itself?
Yeah, it's 27 by 18 miles
So
with 82,000 people.
Or is it like just an island? Yeah.
Yeah, you fly or you get the boat there, depending on where you're from. You can get it from Liverpool or Ireland, and you know it's one of the most popular destinations for bikers in the world. But like I say, it's
motorbike.
Yeah. I mean, they're going over 200 mile an hour on roads.
Shit.
It closes. The whole island goes one way for 2 weeks. It's mad.
Does it have its own rules on the island?
Yeah, it's got no speed limits. Apart from when you're in town, there's no MOTs, insurance, mate. I was 16 years old rocking around in an Evo 6 Mackinnon edition paying £500 insurance. Think of that. I had Cosworths, I had M3 E46, I had everything you could think of.
Island,
I had a 22B Subaru with like a chip put in it. When I had my Evo 5, I had HKS engine put in it. Everything was just 500-600 quid.
It sounds fast.
0 to 106.2 seconds, mate. You're talking Porsche lane.
Fucking hell.
But this is 16 and 17-year-old kids. You pass your test at 16 there, not 17.
So that's the Isle of Man.
Isle of Man, yeah. But like I say, there's nothing there. There's literally zero apart from them 2 weeks a year. So, you know, it's like I was saying, I was 12 years old walking around with a shotgun in the mountains with like rabbits and pheasants and all sorts. It's farmland. There's nothing else. There's no type of coarse fish, there's no carp, there's no squirrels, there's no deer, there's no nothing. There's nothing there. They don't even have a Burger King there now. No Nando's. JD Sports has just come over. Just come over now.
Right,
so, you know, there's no Primark, there's no Nando's, everything's, it's desolate. It's just a place of like 80-odd thousand people which just, you know, they just do what they do.
Do you think they've got a chicken and chip shop?
They have, mate, but not like a KFC one.
No,
KFC is literally coming over next week.
Swear down.
Swear, mate. Bearing in mind, mate, you got to think.
I take it they had fish and chip shops.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah, seaside towns, innit? But yeah,
so your journey started out in that.
Mate, I was young, 6 years old. My dad took me fishing
out there.
Yeah, 6 years old. That was it. You know, had a boat by the time I was 12. Used to go out getting lobsters on the beach, like, and you sit there and you go fishing for mackerel and pile coal bags up, you know, that all your coal come in, you'd go and take them to the fishmongers and you'd sell it and you'd save up and you'd buy a bigger boat and, you know, it fell from there. But what it was, there was no carp fishing, there was no coarse fishing there's no nothing, like I was saying. And all I used to have was these like VHS videos of like,
carp fishing then called?
Oh man, carp fishing is totally, you can't get them in the sea. And obviously you live in the sea, they don't exist. So, you know, so when I moved here after going through all these videos and stuff, it was like a whole new world.
Yeah. Like
it opened up and I was like, I didn't have a clue what any of these fish were apart from what I'd seen on VHS.
Yeah.
Not DVDs, VHS. Do you
Video
know what I mean?
tapes,
So yeah, proper videos for people that don't remember.
Yeah.
But
video tapes.
Yeah, so when I came here I started learning and I was quite fortunate that I fell into the right circles very quickly.
What, in the fishing world?
Yeah, just fell into it by pure fluke. Started knowing people, and I started to learn because I was inquisitive. I asked. Do you know what I mean? It's like people might say, you know, about a football club, who's your favourite player, who's this, who's that. These were people I'd watched on tapes as a child. Do you know what I mean? I grew up watching these people like they were like my type of hero.
Yeah.
Like you would, like it was like Suarez or Ronaldo or whoever. That was my hero. So I felt quite fortunate, and I met some of these people, and they showed me ways of fishing of old, not new.
Yeah.
And one of my friends, he went and done a competition on TV, and he actually won it.
Sorry, but when we say fisherman, does that mean you're out on the sea?
Nah, bro, in lakes and stuff.
So you're a fisher.
Yeah. This is all inland,
So
all
that's not
inland,
fisherman.
ponds, lakes, rivers, streams, things
So
like
are
that.
you known as a fisherman?
Nah, man, ain't on deadliest catch.
What do they call it? Fisher?
Nah, just fishing.
Oh, fishing.
Angler, if you want to call it angler. Yeah. So
Average angler.
you see, we're getting there.
Now
and
it
then,
makes sense.
And then what's it called?
I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
so
now we know.
these people and stuff, they were like very respected. Like geezer called John Wilson was like, whoever anybody who's watching this who knows fishing, but like he was like the equivalent of Pele. Do you know what I mean? The geezer was like gold. Like everything he touched was just, he had every record and everything. He was like stone cold after 10 beers smashed on his head. Bro. He was an absolute champ. And I've become quite friendly with him. So I learned quick what it all was. And then my mate won this competition, like I said, and he sat there and he was like, "Oh man, I'm turning pro."
Would you win?
And I said, I think he won like 50 grand in a contract with a firm and something else. I said, "Don't do it, man."
What, from fishing?
Yeah.
What, 50 racks?
Bro, it's the most popular. Do you know what's more popular than football? Yeah.
In what world?
Mate, they have competitions in America where you earn £1 million.
What, to
For
catch a fish?
fishing, bro. Yeah. It's the most popular sport in the world.
How the fuck do I enter this?
That's it, bro.
Oh,
that Paris Saint-Germain's coming off. I'll get you a fishing
I
top.
will fish the shit out of water, bro.
Man can't even drink water, bro. He's got one of them drinks.
Hey, where's my drink?
But yeah, it's
shout out, no cap. I will fish the shit out of water, bruv. I'll go Wooddown Park now.
Bro,
with a rope and a stick and catch
I will tell you
that's
the
mad,
earnings
though.
of what I've done in 4 years at the end of this. I'll back it up with pictures to show you. But I'm telling you right now, if
obviously your build up was nice.
I haven't even got there yet.
Yeah, that's what
I haven't
I'm saying.
even got there.
Let's get to your earnings quickly if you don't mind.
Nah, I'll do that at the end. You wait. I need to tell you, there's no point in jumping up the Z, bro. We're still on A. But yeah, so what I done was I said to my mate, like we were sitting up here in Newcastle, we've been fishing in the Tyne with Robson Green, you know, geezer on TV with fishing.
I know about
with him.
Robson Green.
Yeah.
Channel 5, I think.
Oh,
but I don't know what channel it is. But yo, is he the guy with the monster fish?
Nah, that's Jeremy Wade.
Nah,
fished with him as well.
No, I swear,
but,
Robson Extreme Fishing.
Oh yeah, he
Robson
does
Green.
that, mate. But they ain't no big fish. Trust me, they're tiddies in the pond.
Yeah, what are they acting like? It's a mad one.
He still has big ones. But what we done was obviously sitting there. We'd had a few drinks.
You lied.
We ended up out on town with half the Geordie Shore lot and stuff. And my mate James, good looking guy. Like seriously, mate, he does damage. Like legit.
Wait, how did you
legit.
end up with Geordie Shore?
Went out in the town with them all because of this lad. So we went out with James and his mates and stuff. And we were sitting there and he just won this contract. And we're back at his house. It's like about 4 a.m. Smashed.
Oh, is this the
like,
50 grand?
Absolute smashed it was. Like seriously, he'd just come back from Africa doing this fishing thing. And I said to him, I was like, don't man, just don't even go down that road. I said, if you do it, I said, it's all going to go to shit. And he went, no, mate, that's it now. I'm sorted. I'm this, I'm that. I said, don't, brother. I said, honestly, too much pressure for you. Chill out, just be an average angler. And that's how it started. He went, nah, I ain't doing that. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, I'll start off an Instagram. You start off your proper one and we'll see where we are in 6 months.
But what
as a combined...
Did he start off with 50 grand?
No, yeah, but like, that is what it is. But, you know, he started off, I think it was about 2,000 or 3,000 followers. I think he's on about, I think it's on about 12 or 13k now.
Yeah, decent.
But I'm on 345,000 followers.
Wow.
And I've earned nearly 100 grand off social media through going fishing, all from not turning pro.
Yeah, man.
Think about that. And what I did, I represented you. I didn't go down the whole fact of I'm a pro. I went to Geezy, he said you casted into a tree. That's cool, but you'll watch what I did to see how I don't cast into a tree.
Yeah.
I don't tell you how to do it. I go and show people what I do. I don't tell anyone anything. I show how I fish. And that's what related to the average person.
You stuck to the basics
no pro.
and it worked.
Yeah, that's it.
So basically, the guy won 50 grand
Yeah.
and thought he had an idea to go pro.
No, he was made pro.
Oh, he was made pro.
Yeah, he won the competition.
And then what was his idea? What, he wanted to start a business or something?
No, he just won 50 grand.
Oh, okay.
Because he just won it.
What did he want to do then? What was it that?
He was pro fisherman, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you just said to him, don't be a pro.
Nah, I said, don't do it. Don't go and push yourself into it. It'll go to shit.
And that actually happened.
Well, look where we are.
Do you want to say his name or not?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm
But
fair
big
enough,
up
boy.
you anyway.
But like,
You're doing well.
legit, don't get me wrong. The geezer is
Is he catching like goldfish?
he is tenfold the fisherman I am. Tenfold. He could like take any. Like I say, he's
You're getting more out of it.
mate. And the reason is I relate to more people.
Yeah.
I relate to the person who can't do something.
The average Joe.
I relate to the person who comes in there and like, you know, it's like if you went training with like Paris Saint-Germain, they're going to be like, bro, who's this geezer?
Yeah.
He ain't even making the bench. He ain't making the girls B, B, C, D, E, F, G team. They're not making anything.
Yeah.
So why is he here? And that's where I come in. And that's where it's at. I was just that average person that sat there with all them boys. And instead of trying to copy them, I learned from them and I kept my mouth shut. And that's what I did, and I took that away. And what I learned from it is, no point in being like them. That's them. That's not me.
How long ago was this?
4 years in September.
And at that point, I take it you didn't have a big social media following?
Nah, I had nothing. I started it that night at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
Smashed. Yeah. The average anglers.
And obviously since then, you got
Since
how many
then, I've
followers?
had to go-
How many TikTok followers you got?
220 odd thousand.
You got over 100. 230,000. You got over 100,000
there's-
on Instagram.
Yeah, 113,000 on that. A few thousand over the other ones and stuff. There's other social medias coming through and keeping them tight to my hat, which will all come through streaming and all the rest of it. But
so where does the main income come from? You know, because obviously, look, there's a lot of people who probably watch us who...
sponsors.
Yeah, okay, is that where... Because there's content creators and that as well. And listen, to get towards monetization and stuff like that was, you know, like...
What you've got
where
to
is the
have,
main money?
no matter how good you are at something, no one wants you.
Yeah.
They want your followers.
Yeah.
Like I could be nothing. I could be sitting there advertising something for
of course.
extra small skinny men.
Yeah, no, of course.
They're not
of course.
interested in me wearing it.
No,
They're interested in what has to
your
offer.
Traction, in your pool, in your...
Mate,
yeah,
I go out to 16 million reach a month.
Yeah.
That's what I get. 16 million people watch whatever rubbish I put up on there.
Damn.
Like, to me, it's nothing. It's like I said, what I went...
16 million?
16 million, yeah, that's what it is as a reach.
And
That's an average.
and
Some months it goes more, depends.
And that's mostly, obviously, probably predominantly fishing people.
I hope
who
so.
are into the fishing world.
I hope so.
That's mad.
But, you know, the thing is it's got to correlate with everything. You've got to sit there. If you're having this, you've got to have a few thousand likes.
Yeah.
You've got to have 100, 200,000 views. If it doesn't, it shows your reach is in the wrong area. You might be posting it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon because one month, you know, you might have a sudden boom that's out in Brazil. You know, I sat there and I was like, why have I got like Afghanistan at 10%? And I sat there and I couldn't work it out one month. And then this geezer messaged me from the army, bro, we're all watching your stuff out here. It's so cool.
In Afghanistan and that.
And it was English people
Swear down.
in the army, out in Afghanistan, watching me going fishing in Essex.
Yes.
Swear
So
down.
you just don't know. You don't know who's watching it. You don't know who this is going out to. You don't know whoever it is. But on the flip side of that, you've got to be very careful what you do because it sticks.
Yeah.
Anything that goes out on that social media is there.
Real talk.
It's there. Doesn't matter what it is, whether you're filming a squirrel running across your bed or you're sitting there and, you know, you're catching a 60-pound carp.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is. I mean, you know, you go into things. I have been quite fortunate with having this social media. I jump queues on a lot of lakes. Some lakes you have to wait 6, 7, 8 years to get on. Like I just go there. They want you there because they see their reach. They want the money that comes off the back here. So being an average angler, I tend not to put a lot of my stuff up because it's not something that someone average would do. But it's like I said to you, that bottle. Yeah. You went to, you know, you got up, you went to the fridge, you come here, you put it in your hand, you unscrewed the top. There's a whole process of what you've done. I show that process. I don't just show a fish. I show the fact that I got in the car. I, you know what I mean? I went to my thing.
You found your niche as well. You found your gap.
Bro,
because again, like, there's a million people that do a million different things.
Exactly.
And obviously, again, I never knew nothing about the fishing world. Like, you know, it was never a thought to me because obviously I'm not from that. That never comes into my path, or whatever. But yeah, that's a big, in that short amount of time. Well, I say short amount of time. It's probably a long road for you.
Every day, bro, for
but
4 years.
you said you had that moment and that, and since then, that's big growth.
It's
man.
grown
on a lot of different platforms, and that's a lot of 16 million people that you're reaching out to.
Oh, mate, that's just on Instagram. That's not on TikTok.
That's not even on TikTok.
Oh,
That's just on Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what we're trying to do. You get me? TikTok soon coming.
But the thing is, you got to look on TikTok, yeah? I said to Blaine the other day, I said, brother, I struggle sleeping at night. Like, because when I'm home for more than a couple of days, like I fish 3 days a week. When I'm home for a couple of days, I sit there and I'm like, I don't like it, I need to be out. Like I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, all that bait I've thrown in, the fish have ate that by now, and I know that biggin that I've been trying to catch for 6 months is there, and you know, it starts to frustrate me. My bird knows, like she's so patient with me, it's ridiculous. Yeah. I'll be sitting there and I'll be looking at the moon and she's like, full moon innit? And I'm like, yeah. She's like,
what does that mean?
The big ones feed on the full moon, don't they? And I'm like, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, they do.
What's
yeah.
that? What, the big fish?
Yeah, the big fish, man.
Yeah,
they go by lunar cycles, and then, mate, you got gone are the days of putting a worm in a thing with a float. Now you've got different test curve rods with different carbon in there, using bait boats, or you know, using something to chuck this, or a different bait on that, different tiers of water level. It's so technical, but you can still go down there with a worm and enjoy yourself.
You've done it
and you can. Mate, look, the other month, yeah? Check this, the other month, right, I went down to Dorset to this place, right? Yeah. Hard to get on. Everybody was all giving it the big in, you know, it's a good place, it's this, it's that. I went down there and I thought, shithole. Like, that's the first thing I thought. I thought it was just full of these people that were just putting bait in. And I sat there for like the first night and didn't even fish. I just watched it. 90 quid a day, mind. It is to fish this place because it's got like a shelter around you and a shower and a toilet and that. I watched all these people just piling bait in, bro. Like, I mean by the kilo, 10, 15 kilos of bait. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, nah. And this is the truth, yeah? I walked around the back of this chalet where I was staying for a pee because the toilet was too far away. And I kicked this big log and beneath it was 2 worms. And I went and put the worms on, cast it out and had a 42.2 pound common carp.
Is that big?
It's big. For the UK.
How big are we talking? Fuck me, a fish like that.
Mate, wider than you, bro.
Swear down.
Yeah, mate.
What do you do with it once?
Put it back, mate. You can't kill nothing. It all goes back. Everything goes back.
It's like sport, you know what I mean?
That fish.
If you could,
it's like every time you score a goal, you pop the ball.
Is it illegal?
There's no point in, mate. I tell you something. If anyone caught you taking a fish, brother, it wouldn't matter if you were going to court or not. You wouldn't make it out of the place. Like, you're getting fined like 30, 40, 50 grand. These fish are like, wow. I mean, I've fished down in Yateley for this place, yeah? Won't name it because people will go mental, but the fish in there, some of them are 50, 60 years old. Whoa. Like, you got to think what that's been through, trials and tribulations. Bro, some of these fish, yeah, when you fish in Europe and stuff, they've seen the war. Yeah. Think about that. Shit, Germans and everything have walked through that land in France. Well, geezer carp sitting down there, little tiddler like this, and now you're like this, and you're like, fuck it, man, I'm going to knock it on the head and eat it. Do you know what I mean? It's like people just, bro, honestly, man, you wouldn't make it out of there if you touched it. However, there is a big thing, it's a shame.
Is it illegal all over the world?
To kill them? Nah, it's like in Australia, you can't throw a carp back. It's not. It's one of them. What's it called? Invasive species. Because it's just a different part of the world. Like over here, there's like crayfish in the river.
So if you go to Australia to fish, and the carp comes out and you're allowed to keep it, do you just keep it?
I couldn't, bro.
Oh, you couldn't.
I couldn't do it, man. That's like if you had a budgie here, you went to Australia and you had a budgie.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. It's still the budgie. Do you know what I mean? It's still they're not like pets, mate.
Do the hooks fuck up their mouth?
It depends if you're a dickhead or not. Like, do you know what I mean? If you treat it,
I've been
with
fishing twice
fair.
in my life, and one time, and I only caught them little things, but one time, one time, I caught a little fish, and I had the pole and the wire and that, This sounds so amateur, innit? And the fish, and I was it was me and one of my mates, and he kind of knew what he was doing, like a little bit more than me. And I was like, "What do we do?" And he was like, "Throw it back in." And I was like, "But it's got a hook in its mouth." And I was like, tried to get it off, but it was kind of caught. It was caught, and do you know what, bro? I panicked, and I wanted to look professional, and I just ripped his mouth, and I just threw it back in. I ripped his whole mouth off, bro.
Delete.
And then even my mate's like, yeah, did you do it? And I threw it in the thing, and it just sunk.
But you know what, you realised with that it was wrong.
Yeah.
So next time, I mean,
That's
in
why I never
theory,
fished again.
but you get this thing called a disgorger for like coarse fish, like you're fishing for that, which goes down the line and it unhooks the hook.
Okay.
But now you know about it.
This was some
And
mad
this is
hook.
what I'm saying. But yeah, that's it. Forgive me, carp father, because I have sinned. But
No, but you
Yeah.
know what though?
You-
I had goldfish growing up and I looked after them, so it balances out, innit?
maybe. So karma, yeah, still flushed it down the toilet, man. But like the thing is like this is what I'm trying to say. Education in anything is key. Whether it's cutting hair, whether it's playing football, whether it's any job that you do in your world, you start somewhere.
Yeah.
A lot of people progress into owning their own businesses. Other people progress into just staying where they stayed. If you want to do things in life, you'll do it. You'll learn. You'll put the graft. I don't want to sit there in 30 degrees in the middle of like, you know, Croatia trying to catch a fish because it's got a name called like Bob. But I know Bob is like one of the most famous fish there. So I'll sit there and I'll go for it. And I'll show you a picture of one fish that I caught, 64.5 pound.
What's the biggest fish you ever caught?
750 pound marlin off the coast of India.
750 pounds.
Yes. I will tell you this story. So
Off the coast of where?
India. So we were fishing in the Bay of Bengal. It was, but I worked with Volkswagen at the time. We'd just come back from the Tiguan launch, and I flew from here to Portugal to see that, and then come back. And then the very next day, I flew from here to Dubai to Bangkok. Met John Wilson, fella I was telling you about. Remember I said that geezer that we looked up to? Another guy that I was fishing with, and we flew out from Bangkok to Chennai and Chennai to Port Blair. When we got to Port Blair, we then sailed on a boat for 2 days, out past a load of islands and stuff. And there was this one volcano we passed. It was called Narcon Dam Island, and the volcano was erupting. So we decided, because of the volcanic pressure, we knew that the fish would have been biting because the water heats up. Now, even though we thought that the summer in India that time, it was running about 50 degrees, and I ain't built for that heat, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like that's like you think like 30 in like Tenerife or Ibiza, mate. That's what I'm saying. But this heat was like dry. You were getting like water out of the sea and throwing it on. It's still hot. Like it's, you know what I mean. You can't cool down. It's so hot. It's ridiculous. And let's face it, I ain't built for boohoo extra small. So when I'm sitting there and I'm in that and I'm thinking, fuck, bro, this is ridiculous. It's just too hot. I had 14 days of that. We sailed round, and I was telling earlier on, I was mentioning a story like about 2 years ago. I think there was a guy who went out to the same place, the islands I went to, and he tried to go preaching to God. That's what he done. There's tribes there, indigenous tribes. Now I thought like Indian people would just be the colour that they are, but out there they're black, which I was like straight away. I was like surprised at. I was like I didn't understand. I was like, what's this? So part of our CITES from National Geographic and part of the law that we got read to have our visas was we weren't allowed to go near these indigenous people, because if they catch a cold, it can wipe out like the whole colony of them. Do you know what I mean? They've never seen anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you went there with a pair of Nike Airs, they wouldn't have a clue what it is. Never seen nothing. They was naked as the day they were born. So we went out there, and like I say, this geezer, like, I read a couple of months after that this guy had gone out there and he tried to speak to them. And as he went on there, they shot him with a bow and arrow and dragged his body. American guy. But literally 6 weeks before that, bro, if I'm fishing on this island, watching them all on the beach, sitting there like, truth, down on my son. And I'm watching them. And the next morning, because we'd anchored just off by this volcano, like obviously I'm back from India now, so I'm not going to get in trouble for this. But we were sitting there, I just heard this like noise, and I don't even know, like I can't even describe what, like it was like a language that you've just never heard before. You go to Spain, you know it's Spanish. Go to French, you know it's French. You go to Thailand, you know it's Thai. Go to China, you know China. This thing, just never even heard it. I turned around, I shit you not, there was 3 of them in this dugout canoe right next to our boat, and I shit myself because, bro, they got spears, mate. It's not a joke.
And they're good at
it's not like here where someone's holding you up with a knife, going, "Give me your money."
Yeah.
These fuckers, like, they eat people, bro. They're like they physically say they're cannibals. And I'm sitting there and I'm shitting myself, and all I thought to do was give them the fish that I caught. I had this big giant trevally like that, big massive one, about 30 kilo, about 70 pound. And I just gave them the thing. And they were all this, all smiling and stuff, crooked teeth, titties everywhere. Like, mate, fucking hanging off, dicks in the wind. Mate, like legit. And I'm sitting there and they're doing this. And I'm like,
What time you
Boys,
come on
I
the
said, we've got this, like, Google it, Jawara tribe. Like, Google it. I ain't saying nothing more than that 'cause it'll get me in proper shit. But, like, we were sitting there and, like, I called John and that and I said, look, these people, like, they're by the boat. And everyone panicked because, like I say, mate, it ain't a joke. It ain't like, it's not like getting held up in London. These fuckers just cut you. Like, they come on your boat and do you. Nah. So, you know, so we sat there and I was like, fucking, let's go with them. And they were all like, you being stupid. And I was like, there's a fucking volcano going off. There's an indigenous tribe here eating our fish. Dick swinging in the water left, right and centre, naked as the day they were born. If you're gonna fucking die, it's a pretty cool story. Like legit. So I said, look, I'm going with them. I'm going on the fucking volcano. That's what I said, I'm going. And they were like, you're an idiot, you're this, you're that and everything else. And I said, look, bruv, I said, fuck me. There's going to be a point in my life when I'm sitting there on a deathbed and I ain't going to sit there and think, oh, yeah, do you know what? It's a fucking great Nando's. Yeah, that's a great Nando's I had back in the year fucking 2018. Do you know what I mean?
That's the type of shit I'll be thinking.
Fuck that. So I said, right, I'm got in it. So I got the tender off the front of the boat and I followed them in, rowed in with them, sat there, went on the beach. And these kids have probably never, ever, ever seen a white person, like, or very few of them. So I'm sitting there covered in tattoos, aren't I? They're all in my hair. They're all touching me. They're like this. I'm like some fucking white ghost that's just walked on a beach. Like, John Wilson's sitting there behind me going, we shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be here. This is wrong, mate. And I'm going, fuck it, John. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? We're sitting there. It's just, that's it now. We've committed to it. So we're getting, mate, honestly, yeah. This is, bearing in mind, bro, this is the geezer I'd watched as a kid. I'd watched this kid for 16 years on a VHS, mate, this guy. And the next minute I'm watching, yeah, mate, and the next minute we're walking up some beach with some fucking tribeswoman who's not even clue what's going on in life. Mate, we went up to the beach, yeah, I was sitting there, I had a pair of Crocs on, bruv. That's how smart I was. Pair of Crocs and Adidas shorts, not giving a fucking life. Walked up to this thing, all the kids were all over the stuff, they come brought us fruit down in bowls and all that. And I was like, should we eat? I was like, should we eat this? Should we eat this? Do you know what I mean? I was like, should we eat it? Like, what, you know what I mean? What do we do? So I was like, oh, like this. And I was like, thanks very much. Mate, the fucking kids are playing in the hot springs. Like, they're playing like that. And the next minute I'm sitting there and all these fucking people around us like this. And I was like, we're getting a bit deep here. So I said, we need to, like, we're in the jungle by this point. We've gone in over the beach and into the fucking trees. So I said, come on, we need to make our way. And like, as we were going, we were all like this, you know what I mean? Not having a clue, like, thanks, what's thanks in a language you don't even know. They don't know Indian, they don't know English, they know their own thing. So we were all waving and that and everything. And they started pointing at my Crocs. And I was looking, I was like, I ain't getting mugged off with a what are those? Do you know what I mean? These fuckers don't have a clue what anything is. So I sat there and they come down, they brought me this, like, it's like a carved frog. I still have it, it should probably be in a magazine, to be fair. Or a fucking museum somewhere even. And it was a stick. And what they done with the thing is, and it made the noise that the frog fucking made. And that's how they hunted for the poison, for their fucking arrows, to kill all their shit. So the geezer gives me this thing. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, thank you. He's pointing at my fucking Crocs. So I was like, I can't give this geezer this if the Navy come on or something, I'm fucked. But I thought, fuck it, I'm already fucked. So I gave the guy my shoes, gave him my Crocs. But then the other geezer starts having a full-blown fucking scrap with him because he wanted it. The next minute, legit truth, one of them had each one and they were walking around like this with a shoe on each foot, thinking they never fucking probably had shoes on. Got back on the boat, come back on there, and that thing still sits in my house, and every now and then when I'm pissed or something, I tell a story, get it out and do that. So that's how much fishing's took me. It's took me to places I should never have been. I've been down fucking fishing in Amsterdam, and I had fucking hoes screaming at me out the window for fucking, do you know what I mean, for being there. Like I've gone to Belgium and slept like a tramp for 6 days in a bus stop, and I had old women tell me I snore. You know, snore too loud, sorry mate, sorry. You know, being out Thailand, I've had 6 world records from Thailand, but you can't cash them in because it's been caught from lakes. Oh, so all this stuff, man, this is in a space of fucking 4 years. Yeah, crazy. So I've watched all this shit all my life. And then with that, grows your social media. Companies start wanting advertising with you. They're paying you to use your story. They're paying to people to wear your clothes. They're doing all this stuff. It goes on and on and on and on. And then it was about 4 months ago, I just turned around and said, I've had enough. And I thought, can't deal with it anymore. Everyone knows where I am, what I'm doing. I went live up in Essex, and this geezer come down at 11 o'clock at night, going, you the average angler? I was like, shit myself. I was like, yeah. Fucking proper panicking, thinking, what the fuck's going on? He goes, I seen that you're almost out of a bottle of Coke there, bro, so I thought I'd come down and just have a chat to you. Like, that sounds cool and that, but you don't know how the fuck these people are, bro. You're going out to strange people all the time, and all you're doing is fishing. It's not like you're off fucking Geordie Shore, or you're not like you're Ronaldo or anyone like this. Like, and I got freaked out by it. I was like, fuck me, man, it's pitch black in the middle of winter, and this geezer come down and drop me a bottle of fucking Coke off. Don't even know who he is, no idea.
So you know when you fish at night, yeah? Do you do that thing where they set up the rods on them things?
Yeah, man, it's all ready to rock and roll.
And then you just...
If it pulls...
Yeah, and then alarm goes
Bite
off.
alarm goes off.
And then you
My
just get
company I work for now have the best ones on the market. Best ones.
Do you want to plug them quickly?
Like, Wolf International, hit them up. Yeah, boy.
Oh, is this
But
them Wolf?
That's it, mate. Yeah, but like I'm saying, like Wolf, I went on with Wolf to...
Yeah.
Oh man, they got some banging stuff coming. It's all black camo. But the thing is like I went on with Wolf to just do their social media and start it out. Like, so it was like gaining it quick through the knowledge that I've learned on how to grow companies on social media. And we put 11,500 on it, so it's on nearly 13,000 now in the space of 8 months. And off the back of that, they offered me a full-time position, not just doing that, but as the UK sales manager.
Fair play.
So, you know, now, like, I'm in the job I love. Like you probably, like, there's days when you hate it, bruv. Like, you hate it, but you own your own business. You do your own thing, Blaine. Yeah. You've succeeded in something you wanted to do. I ain't ever going to own my own fishing company because I ain't got about 10 million quid to start one.
It's the only thing I'm good at, so I love it. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Well, is it that expensive to start a fishing company?
Mate, you got everything. Like, honestly, I have a lock-up up at, you know, Big Yellow Storage.
Oh, yeah.
I have to pay £200 a month because there's about 150 grand's worth of fishing gear in there.
Fuck it hell.
Insured.
How much is a rod? I mean,
my rods are $1,000. They're about £1,000.
Yeah,
but my bait boat's about £4,500.
What's a bait boat?
It delivers bait out to a spot and you drop it off. Mate, there's so much stuff that goes into it. Yeah, that's it. Like a drone. It's like think of a speedboat, yeah, that you put out. That's got GPS on it.
Yeah.
It reads all the floor of the lake.
Okay.
It tells you if there's fish beneath you and all sorts of stuff. It's got sonars built into it. People say it's cheating, but I don't see people fucking pulling around in a horse and cart. They're driving around in Lambos and shit. Things evolve. Do you know what I mean? Things evolve. I had a geezer saying to me, he said to me the other month, he was like, put a drone up so I could see like this lake. This lake's 10 acres. For me to walk around and find the fish, it's long. I stick a drone up, I find it in 20 seconds. Cheating that. I said, bruv, you just got out of an RS4. Electric windows, sunroof, reverse fucking camera, reverse sensors, digital DAB radio, sat nav, yeah? Yeah? So where's your fucking horse and cart? Don't be stupid. Everything evolves, everything moves on. Whether it be a razor, whether it be football, whether it be whatever, everything moves on in life. So the only thing with success is then becomes the jealousy side.
Yeah.
So when you go catching these fish that people have tried to catch for years, oh, he's pricking. Why is he prick? He just is. They don't know why. They just don't like you because of something. But 99.9% of people will come up and shake your hand whether you're in a petrol station or they spot you in a club or you're at a fishing show and they'll tell you about something. Do you know what I mean? They'll tell you something that you did that they watched. And then that's what makes it worthwhile when they sit there and it's like, brother, I've seen you out in Croatia and you done this, and you had that fish and I remember the mist coming up in the morning. Yeah. And then you'll have another person that'll turn around and say, I started fishing after watching your stuff. And you're like, bang, I've done it, that's it. I've done it, that's it. You don't need to do it. One person's seen something that I never thought I'd create. So when people say to me, how did you do it and how did you do it? Don't know, I just went with me. I worked algorithms out. I started to sit there and think, that's where my demographics are. It goes deeper than just posting a picture. It's like I was saying earlier on, my reach becomes from 98% of it becomes from reels. So what's the point of me posting a picture?
Yeah.
There ain't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's dead weight.
Yeah.
So you maximise everything that you've got. Like this, there's no point taking 10 pictures. It's told the whole story, this.
Yeah, exactly.
It would never have known the Jawara tribe. It would have never known anyone else who was just a picture of me and you here. You've got to explain what goes on. If you explain what goes on, you win. And that's on all social medias. Doesn't matter what you're doing. If you go down, find that niche and work it all out, it's always going to win. Fortunately for me, I worked out how to do it and I worked out how to do it for other people. And that's where your money comes from. They pay you for your skill set, like in a job.
It makes sense, man. It makes sense. Like, obviously, yeah, man. Fair play. It's taken you a lot of places. Do you know what I mean? So you found your
Many
niche
more.
and you found your
Yeah.
gap and everything. You've had your mad experiences and all of that type of stuff. But so do you enter a lot of competitions or anything like that?
Do you know, I did start doing competitions and I looked at doing like all the British ones and all the rest of it. And then I sat there to myself and I thought, what have I really got to prove? Like, do you know what I mean? I mean, they're like, some of them are 200 quid to enter. And they're on every other week, and like, you know, it's a lot of money.
Now,
You can win money back off it.
Yeah, I was going to say,
but I mean,
like big cash prizes or...
The thing is as well, you're then giving more time up in your life because you're fishing a couple of days through the week.
Okay.
If I fish on, like I always used to come back on a weekend so I could spend time with my other half, family and all the rest of the things.
Yeah.
No one really misses you in the week, you're working, you're doing your stuff. So, if I start taking my weekends out, you come back on a Sunday, you're knackered, you're done in, and all you want to do is 6, 7 o'clock is sleep. You've seen me when I've come back. I'm sitting here, I'm stinking, I'm full of dirt, I'm like, you know, I just need to get my hair cut, I'm sorry, bruv. I'm sorry. Do you know what I mean? It's been greased for 5 days. Wash myself with a baby wipe somewhere and shit in a bag for 5 days. Ain't glorious.
Well, you have to do it in a bag.
Oh yeah, man, there's no Portaloo with you. You can't bring it round with you, bruv. That's what I'm saying. You go some of these places, mate, you're in a field.
I was going to say...
You make your cooking.
I was going to say...
Ain't no
like,
Just
you
Eat,
should take
mate.
me
There ain't no
fishing with
Just
you,
Eat.
but-
Nah, no Just Eat, there's no
But I was
nothing.
thinking it's 2022. They got like toilet seats. That
Where?
You can carry. I don't know. I was just thinking.
Do you see what I mean? This is the thing. Like, there's a commitment to it
Someone
where you're
on
like Bear
Dragon's
Grylls
Den
for
has
4
to,
days
yeah.
a week. You know, you're sitting there, there's no Just Eat in half the places. Sometimes you don't even have mobile phone connection. You know, you can go like days without speaking to people. Sometimes it's quite good, sometimes it's quite stressful. But yes, there is a bucket you can go and shit in if you want to do it.
Yeah.
But you still got to put it in a
Like, I need
bag.
something to sit on.
Yeah.
Like,
But what I'm saying is, ain't like home.
Back round it, don't it?
Yeah, ain't like home.
You
bro.
have some decorum
You
with
ain't-
this, you know
yeah.
what I mean?
can't you just dig a hole and just do it in a hole?
Oh, why am I sitting there digging holes
Why
everywhere,
you
man?
digging holes?
Like a road runner, innit? Just
You've
got to
a
go
bucket
around.
in a bag, just put the bag over the
But then you got to remember, there's also no bin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you got shit sitting next to you for like 5 or 6
And then
days.
next man can use the bucket and then put his bag over it.
Yeah, I don't think.
Bag upon bag
I
upon
don't-
bag, bro.
I don't think the fishing lies to me then. I'll come
We
during
get
the
him a
day.
bucket and he's happy.
I'll
But
come
what,
during the day,
but what I'm
innit?
saying is, it's
And
not
then go
like
back
people
to
sit there and go,
That's a
oh.
sport in itself, really.
Yeah, but then-
Shit in a bucket in a bag.
But then the thing is,
Yeah,
people go,
listen,
oh,
if
no.
anyone could do that, like if they said, listen, Mutss, to play football, you have to shit in the bag, I'll be like, sorry, can't do it. But so that's dedication on the fisherman's part.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It ain't easy. It ain't easy life.
Yeah.
You ain't sitting there. It's like,
It's not just
you know,
patches
Some
of fish.
people shit 3 times a day.
they,
Think about that.
they need to go to the doctors. But like, the
I think that's healthy
what I'm saying
bowel
is though,
movement.
bro, you've got to remember, you've also got to keep things refrigerated and all sorts. You've got to think to yourself, like, where is it? It's in the shade. There's all this planning that goes into stuff. It ain't go, like I said, you can go down the river with a worm and you can enjoy your day. But the problem is when you get to the level that like I've got to, there's pressure on you for everything. And this is
Yeah.
why I was saying to Blaine the other day, I had 12 companies sponsoring me.
Yeah,
Do you know how hard that is to succeed with 12 people?
yeah.
Every day, can you do this? Can you do that? And I've got my own job. I've got a full-time job. Don't forget this.
But you have to do.
But I'm doing
everything
this,
that
and I'm like, I'm
yeah.
sitting there, and I'm like, I'm going to sleep, and it's like, oh, I need to plug the bed chair I'm sleeping on. Oh, I need to plug the weight firm that I'm working with. Oh, fucking hell, I forgot about that. I need to do this, and and the next minute you're up at 11 o'clock doing it. Oh yeah, it's been a great night. Have a look at the light that's on my bivvy, and you know, it's just all this stuff.
Yeah.
It turns you from like enjoying something to not enjoying it, and there was just that point where I was like, enough. And when it come to that point, fortunately the firm I was working with said, look, you know, let's sort something out. Don't want to lose you. And that's it. And now I do it full time. So yeah, I have achieved what I wanted to achieve, but it come at a mega
You
cost.
just that crossover, you know what I mean? That stressful crossover of, alright, I've got to leave my job now to
Bruv,
do this full time. You know?
I was doing on my phone at least 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's what my screen time
My
was.
screen time is mad as well. Just
10 hours, bruv. Like, that's just, mate, I'm sitting there and all I was doing was this. I get pain in my hands
Yeah.
from holding my phone and replying to like 600-700 messages because I don't want someone to feel like I ignored them.
Yeah.
I didn't want to not return their comment, or I didn't want to.
Yeah.
When you're getting like 200-300 comments a day, I understand why these people who are in there, like mine's not even a drop in the ocean compared to some people. And I think, fuck man, that's why you've got PAs, and that's why you have teams, and that's why you have this. And this is just little old me running around in my fucking 11-plate bloody Volkswagen friggin' van enjoying life. You know, now it's not. Now it's full time, and I've got a brand new one sitting up there. The Transit, it's all kitted out, and you know, it's all this stuff. There's pressure, but there's only one pressure. There's not 12. And that's what I'm saying. And now it's like, it's not even just the fact of just going fishing. There's everything. There's a little team with me there. There's like, you know, I know if like we need a magazine feature, who's going to go in that feature? I've handpicked all these boys to do certain things. Some people do like urban fishing down in London. Some people go to like big lakes that are hundreds of acres, and there might only be 20 fish in there. You know, it's all a skill set. Everything's a skill set, and something brings like for everybody.
Because obviously you got your own firm. Listen, it's taking you all around the world. You've got your own little firm now. Would you say you're in a nice place now, in a healthy place, in a happy place?
My head is so much of a better place when I ain't stuck indoors. Okay, I appreciate life.
As long as you're out there doing what you love.
If I get cooped up, I start to stress. Not just because of fishing and stuff. You know, everyone suffers from their own anxieties. I hate using the word saying I suffer from mental health because I don't believe that. Like I think there's low points in my life when I've had enough. Like shit's happened in my life where I thought I'd just give up. I give up.
Yeah, it happens to all of us. Yeah.
You know, I'd hate to put myself in a category with people that really suffer from it hard. But if I don't get out and I don't do things, like I start to get depressed. Like where I'm like, oh fuck, I hate life. I hate this. I hate that. I'll go out there and the birds will be singing. The oxygen will be in my lungs, and I'll see the sunrise.
Recently, like, have you been out there recently?
Yeah, mate. I still go out all the time. I mean, literally, we were down Oxfordshire the other week, like literally the week before. But the fish have started to spawn now, so I just leave them be for about a month. So I take about a month out. But yeah, I mean, it's like I was saying, like, you know, I've come to the conclusion that working in London before I've done all this is just, it's put several stone on me. Yeah. Like, I need to sort my life out. So I've started getting into fitness again. I'm going to the gym, I'm setting challenges. And, you know, this month is just all about, like, investing in myself now. Yeah, that's big. So fishing for not a month, I've got to find something else to keep me... I'm still going down Stanborough Lakes and walking around all the rivers down there just to see what's going on. But all the rushes are all moving and the fish are getting their jiggy with it. You won't want someone come knocking on your door with a 6 ounce fucking weight and a rod going like that in front of your face when you're getting on it. Just leave them be. Leave them be, and that's it. Like that's all it in a nutshell. Is just, you know, go fishing, enjoy life. It might not be fishing, it might be something else you do, it might be seeing your mates, it might be playing FIFA, it could be anything that you're going to do, just make time to do it.
So what you got coming like the rest of the year, what's your plans, or even not even the rest of the year, just future-wise, what are the plans for the average anglers, man? The
average anglers is taking a break at the minute, but the reason behind that is social media is changing on Instagram. Okay. So, rumour has it, should we say, that, you know, for certain people there'll be like TikTok has like an influencer program. Yeah. And then when you get accepted to it, you start to get paid. Instagram's going the same. So I've held back all my good stuff. Like, we went to France 5 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. In 3 days we had 110 fish, with 74 of them being in their £40 mark. No. Like, we were done. So we went to Belgium after that. So we decided to go to Belgium, slept rough in the streets, and so we went proper urban fishing in a place that really doesn't get fished. Some of the fish have probably never even been caught, never be caught again. So we've done that, you know, and then that comes out in Total Carp on the 3rd of July, in case anyone wants to, June, in case anyone wants to see it. But then, you know, we've got Thailand next month, and then I think I'm just going to chill local for a couple of months, bruv, and just enjoy life. Sounds like a plan. That's what we're saying. You never know where you're going to be the next week. I could be up north, I could be down here, I could be like over somewhere else. And Blaine sees it, obviously, where you been? I'm like, oh man, I've been up Birmingham this week, or I've been there, I've been here. So yeah, man, it just depends on where it takes you. But fishing ain't as boring as you need it to be. It's just some people's hobby and it ain't yours.
Fair play, yeah, it's definitely not mine. But listen,
no
you know what it is?
No shitting in buckets, that's what it is.
You know what it is? Like, I just that part. But I like nice scenery and you get a nice look.
Probably, that's what I said. That might not be your release. Yeah. Your release could be like playing FIFA or doing football or doing. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It could be. Everyone has their own vice.
Listen, and you know what the thing is? I don't like, even if it's like not my thing, I say that, but I've only fucking tried it twice, so that's not really trying it, and that was a long time ago. So I might, who knows, I might be the next Tiger Woods of the fishing world if I try it.
Ain't gonna happen, you can't even unhook a fish.
We'll see, I'm gonna
rip the hook out of his mouth, bruv.
Listen, it happens. You know what I mean? Sometimes in life you got to rip hooks out of fish's
Got to
mouth.
start somewhere, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly that, man. Do you know
That's
what I mean?
it.
You got to rip a few hooks
Yeah,
somewhere.
we'll get that on like a plaque behind here. Sometimes you just got to get a rip hook out of a mouth. Yeah.
It's good advice, man. No, listen, but listen, if at any time you're free, bro, I'll genuinely
all the time. Do a part 2 on this, man. Fishing ain't about being serious. What I do is a different thing to what I do is if I went with you.
But who knows? Who knows?
Mate, we'll go down Stanborough Lakes, bro. We'll go down Stanborough Lakes, get a Just Eat, have some booze, chill out, enjoy.
Bro, that sounds like a plan.
That's the thing.
That sounds like a plan.
We'll do like a blog.
That sounds like a plan. Yeah, definitely.
I'll get you your first 20 pounder, bro. You'll be like, that's it.
What was the big one? 700 and...
Oh, 750 is my biggest one.
750. Think about that, people.
Yeah, go check it. It's all on my social media. Man, don't lie.
Yeah. So hit.
Wasn't this big? It's fucking bigger.
Saying that, let's plug your. Not that you need it. We need the plugs here. But I'm acting like I'm about to do you a favour.
Every little bit helps, mate.
Just
like
follow
fucking
him,
Asda,
man.
innit? Smacking his ass.
Not like he needs it, but just fucking follow him, man. For fuck's sake, all right. Average anglers, though, man. Get at
Get
him,
it.
man.
Get
Do you know
it.
what I mean? And obviously, listen. If you are into your fishing, this is something that you guys saw how you saw how clueless I was. But listen, this guy is honestly a barrel of laughs and his jokes, and I genuinely think good vibes is what it's all about, man. And
it is, bro.
That's
it's just de-stressing.
Exactly
that's all it is,
man. That's what it's about, man. Do you know what I mean? Listen, good people, good things, good content. That's what we're here to bring you, innit? And obviously, I felt like that's what we're bringing you. But if you do like your fishing and your carps, I still don't even know what a carp is. We've been talking about it for like 45 minutes. I do not know what a carp is. But
show you loads of
carps.
It, yeah.
I know goldfish. I know mackerel. I know salmon. I know the stuff you eat, but you don't eat goldfish. I've never had a goldfish.
Just dropped yourself in it there, didn't you? I had a goldfish and I kept it as a pet until tea time, innit?
One more question.
Medium rare goldfish.
I wanted to ask you a question. Have you ever caught a poisonous fish?
Yeah, I've had scorpion fish, weaver fish, stingrays. Oh man, some of them carry things in their teeth which you look like some of the eels or something like that.
Have you ever been injured by a fish? Like they bit you or anything like that?
Nah, man, I've had hooks in my fingers before now. Like I've had to tear hooks out of my fingers and stuff stuff like that. But I've never touch wood.
You didn't get caught onto my fishing rod.
Nah, man. Some of the I've felt, mate. I fell when I was in Belgium. I was watching the Liverpool game and I walked off the fucking side. Remember me telling you? My leg was all scarred up, mate. Honestly, I fell between two posts that were full of nails that they tie boats up to. I just walked off the edge because I was watching the Liverpool game.
Damn.
Straight off the edge into 9 foot of water. People die like stupid things.
Did Liverpool win that game?
Yeah, they did. My phone was sound as well. I was like, it's all right. I've still got connection. Yeah. But you got to laugh, haven't you? It is what it is. But
have you seen them Japanese people? I'm not saying all Japanese people, but some Japanese people. I've seen it in videos that they eat like live
eels
seafood.
And stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and they
man,
throw it
savages.
into the boil, and that stuff, and they throw it in the pans, and it's like cooking alive, and then they
just remember
eat it live.
There ain't no dog festival in Luton. Some of them things out there are savage. Like I look at it, man. Isn't it called mukbang or something like that? Isn't it? That they do mate, different cultures, different people.
And they bite it's not an octopus. Is it an octopus?
Octopus, eels, sea urchins.
Bro, that shit is like disturbing. But who knows, man? Maybe that's a delicacy over there. Do you know what I mean? I'm used to Monster Munch, pickled onion and stuff. And
man's getting a McFish in from thingy. He's like, man. Still wriggling in that.
Next time you come, you're like, I've got something.
Yeah.
Winding it in. Quarter pounder. But man, like I say, fishing, mental health, keep it all as it is. It's a release for a lot of people. Doesn't matter what you do, make time for yourself.
Definitely.
Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up in the fucking the rush of it. And if you do have a big social media and that, or if you're trying to grow your social media, just fucking be you.
Yeah.
Take time out. Don't do it 7 days a week. Don't do all that. Just stop and enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, do you know what? That's the thing here. Listen, man. We're just, and again, like that's why we go off what we feel. Do you know what I mean? It's not like we have to do this, or because the world is doing this, we should touch on this, or we should. I know there's certain things that will get me views, bro.
Yeah. Don't go seeing indigenous tribes either. It can go quite bad.
Yeah. Don't go promote religion to them, because I don't think they're like that.
Yeah.
But there's certain things, you know what I mean, that we don't touch on that are probably relevant in the world right now, topics. But it's just, I always say to you, Blaine, I'm not gonna shit about it, man. Like, listen, if it gives us an extra 100 people watching, Yeah, exactly that, man. But listen, on that note, you get me, let's call it one, because we're just going to sit here rambling on about stuff that I ain't got a clue about. But we're definitely...
Always, brother.
Yeah, we're definitely
Always.
wicked, and I appreciate you coming down.
Nah, any time, mate.
We're
any
definitely
time,
going to have
mate.
you back down in the future. If
We
you
need the
want
Mark II, bro. We need it. We need it down Stanbury Lake, innit?
Yeah, you know
That'd
what? I'm
be
saying
sick.
that next time you probably see us sitting with my man, we're going to be sitting catching some fish somewhere. Yeah, I won't be ripping no hooks out. I'll be doing the professional things.
Yeah, I'll just own this.
Average angler is going to teach us how to catch fish.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. That's all it's about, innit?
Come on,
Passing on the knowledge.
That's it.
Love
But yeah,
that,
listen,
man.
man, my
That'd
bro,
be sick.
appreciate it. Love for
Safe,
coming
bro.
down. And hey, listen, before you do,
Yeah.
are you still rolling?
Yeah.
Let me just quickly plug AP hats. My broski. Shout out No Cap Juice every time. Shout out KhalilBobby.com. Shout out AP Caps every time. My broski, this one here is for you.
Cheers, geez.
This one here is made by one of my guys.
I will make sure it is wear with pride in Thailand on
In
that flight.
Thailand.
And listen, I ain't even joking you. Get that juice in you, bro. It's absolutely magic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Plug
proper.
the juice. But yeah, this one here is made one of my brethren. He made it himself. He's done it. It's his own thing he's doing. I told you,
Skills, bro.
support real
Skills.
people who do real things.
That's it.
You get me? But average angler, my bro Lee, appreciate it. Till next time, we
Cheers,
out.
geez.